What's going on, you guys? Welcome back for another round of Star Wars lore with me, the Dadalorian. Today we're going to be jumping into the era of the Clone Wars. And today we're going to be discussing one of the most famous clone units there is, the 212th Clone Battalion. The 212th Attack Battalion, also known as the 212th Republic Battalion or simply the 212th Battalion, was a clone trooper battalion in the Grand Army of the Republic during the Clone Wars between the Galactic Republic and the Confederacy of Independent Systems. Serving under the 7th Sky Corps, the battalion was led by Jedi General Obi-Wan Kenobi and Clone Marshal Commander Cody. The 212th Recon Division was a special detachment of the battalion which also consisted of various units including Foxtrot Group and Ghost Company. While serving under Jedi General Obi-Wan Kenobi and Clone Commander Cody, the 212th became known for its successful tactics and involvement in several major engagements such as the Battle of Christophsis, the Battle of Teth, and the Battle of Ryloth. The 212th also played a role in the Second Battle of Geonosis, where it assisted in the destruction of newly constructed droid factory on Geonosis, as well as the capture of Archduke Poggle the Lesser. During the Battle of Umbara, the 212th and the 501st Legion arrested fallen Jedi General Pong Krell for treason. In an effort to bring an end to the war, the battalion was deployed against the Separatist droid army on Utapau, where Kenobi ultimately killed General Grievous. During the Battle of Utapau, however, Supreme Chancellor Sheev Palpatine issued Order 66 to the 212th and the rest of the clone army, ordering them to purge the Jedi Order for treason against the Republic. Programmed for obedience, Commander Cody and his troopers complied with the Chancellor's order, but failed in their efforts to kill Kenobi. In the aftermath of the Clone Wars, the 212th was absorbed into the Imperial military under the newly established Galactic Empire. As an Imperial Stormtrooper battalion, the 212th subjugated the Wookiee homeworld of Kashyyyk under the command of General Kada. Under the leadership of General Kenobi and Clone Commander Cody, the 212th gained a distinguished career in the Republic military, achieving victories on several planets across the galaxy, from Ryloth to Umbara and Utapau. The battalion was renowned particularly for its use of full frontal assaults and siege-breaking tactics, as well as for often serving alongside the elite 501st Legion. The 212th Recon Division was specially trained to conduct covert missions behind enemy lines. Identifying members of the 212th was actually pretty easy compared to most of the other clone units. The members of the 212th wore a Phase 1 and Phase 1 version of Clone Trooper armor in turn. Although Cody originally wore armor with yellow markings, like other commanders active during the early war, the 212th eventually, like other battalions and units, decorated their standard white armor with unique markings using orange patterns to denote their affiliation with the 212th Battalion. The 212th Recon Division used a camouflage version of the Phase 1 armor to fulfill its role as a reconnaissance unit. For weapons, the 212th had access to an array of blasters including the standard issue DC-15A blaster carbine and the DC-15A blaster rifle. The battalion's variant units were outfitted with weapons suited to their roles, such as the DC-15 LE blaster rifle or the Vulcan 38X sniper rifle. All-terrain reconnaissance transports, otherwise known as ATRTs, were used by the 212th Battalion splinter group, the 212th Recon Division, which was trained to operate fast and agile walkers behind enemy lines. A variety of other vehicles were also used by the 212th, including all-terrain tactical enforcers and low-altitude assault transports. We see much of the 212th exploits throughout the Clone Wars TV show as well as the Revenge of the Sith, but little was known about what happened after. Directly following the end of the Clone Wars, Commander Cody with high-altitude entry transports 221s and gunships, clone troopers arrested the Pauans they suddenly deemed to be enemies. The inhabitants of Utapau experienced one of the most bitter reversals of the Clone Wars. The clone troopers turned against them in the wake of Order 66. After securing control over the planet, the 212th proceeded to arrest members of the Utapauan resistance along with the poor administrator Tyon Midan. The 212th remained active in the aftermath of the Clone Wars, serving as an Imperial battalion in the Stormtrooper Corps under General Kada. Around 19 BBY, Commander Cody and the 212th oversaw the pacification of Kashyyyk and the enslavement of the planet's Wookiee population. Shortly after the subsequent occupation, Cody deserted the Empire after questioning if the Empire was truly on the side of peace. The battalion saw further action on Kashyyyk when the Wookiees attempted to overthrow the Imperial military's occupation of their homeworld. In the end, the legacy of the 212th went from being saviors to oppressors. On a personal note, the 212th is definitely one of my favorite units within the Clone Wars, and I was really excited to get to talk about this today, as well as show off this awesome unit in the Clone Wars. Thank you guys for joining today. Be sure to like and subscribe for more.